We are about to begin the English class. Please, everyone, start your cameras. Good afternoon, dear students. Thank you, all of you, for being here. This is Mr. Maurice, and I'm pretty happy, pretty excited to start the last week. Probably you say, teacher, finally, the module number 4, it's over. But it's not over yet. This is the last week. So everyone prepare yourself, because in this week we're going to have 2 tests. I'm sorry. Test number 1 is about the test of the module number 4. Yes. And the final exam, it will be on Friday. Yes, final exam on Friday. So, regular classes today and tomorrow. On Wednesday, the test number 4, and on Friday, the final test. Wednesday, unfortunately, I will be a little bit busy, so it's gonna be pretty difficult for me to stay in with you on Thursday. So we skip that day and we take, or you guys take, the final test on Friday. Alright? Final test on Friday. So today we're gonna practice a lot with the last topics. Yeah, it's gonna be about topics, some structures, and they are quite important for the test number 4. Okay, so before it continues, I'm going to share the link. So please, everyone, click on the link, register your attendance. It's quite important, guys. Please do not forget, click on the link and register your attendance. Well, for today's class, I have brought to you, okay, I have brought to you 2 different topics. The topic number 1, well, is about tab questions. It's very simple, I think. And the other one is model 4, requesting, and 4, permission, requesting, and tab questions. Okay, so please, I need you guys to keep your cameras on. Let me see. I thank you, Diana, Natalia. Please start your camera. Melanie, Adrian, and I don't see the other student. Nestor. Yeah, that's Nestor. Very good. Thank you. Mariuxi, could you please start your camera now? Thank you. Okay, so let's begin our topic number 1 for today's class, and is about tag questions. Yeah, you probably said tag questions. Well, if I show you what is a tag, you probably say, well, this is a little bit peculiar for me, but I'll show you. I'm going to show you the first part, so you will see what I'm talking about. Okay, let me see. Tags. Okay. This is it. Let me save. Oh, we have another student. Very good. I'm going to share my screen and I'll show you. Very good. So these are tags. T-A-G. Tag. Tag question. When you say tag questions, you probably misunderstood. This image that you see on the screen, this image or this object, they are called, all of them, tags. Tag question, tag. So sometimes we can see on it the prices. When we want to buy something at the store, sometimes people check the tags in order to see the price. Sometimes you take the tag like this and say, oh, it's cost $2. This costs $3. This one, $10. Well, yes, so tags is this. It's basically a piece or short of paper that is the price written on it. So this is our objective for today's class. In other words, we use tag question in Spanish. Sometimes we say in English we say the word like isn't it, don't you, do you, are you, doesn't he, does he, will you, won't you. So these are tag questions that we usually used to emphasize something, or probably for the other person who's talking to us say something different, or probably the other person who we are talking to say something in support or support our ideas. We use the tag questions. Okay, so let me share my screen for another explanation. Please try to keep your cameras on, guys. It's quite important for me because I have no idea if you there or if you don't there. So please, I need you to keep your cameras on. I can't believe it. Okay. Let me share again my screen. Okay, this is our objective for today's class. You already know what is a tag. It's basically the piece of paper that we see when we buy something at the supermarket, or we want to buy something like, well, in a place where clothes are sold, tags, right? But our objective is different. Tag question. This is our objective. As I said before, we use this one if we want to emphasize something. For example, do you? Are you? Or probably you say, is he? Or isn't she? Or does he? Or doesn't she? So all these examples are tag question. All of this, you see? Let's see it. Angie, could you please repeat all these words for me?
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Are you? Is he? Isn't she? Does he? Doesn't she?
Correct. Thank you very much. So these are the tag questions. We use this to emphasize when we say something or we share pieces of information or an idea or a thought with another person or people. Sometimes we want to get support from those people. All of this, todo esto de aquí, we also use in Spanish. Okay, todo esto lo utilizamos en español nosotros. Yes. Todo esto de aquí en español es esto. You see? Melanie, are you there?
Yes, mister.
Okay, es como que yo le diga a Melanie, usted es Melanie, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Ujú.
Sí.
Esa palabra, ¿verdad? Esto de aquí y esto de acá es nuestro tab question en español. ¿Ok? Es como usted dice, ah, ¿te gusta comer en KFC? ¿Cierto? ¿Te gusta jugar fútbol? ¿Verdad? O alguien te dice, ¿te gusta hacer ejercicios en la tarde? ¿Cierto? Entonces, estas palabras, cierto, verdad, son preguntas, pero muy cortas, que lo utilizamos para enfatizar, como dije hace un momento, pues, lo que decimos. Cierto, verdad. Bueno, pero aquí en Ecuador tenemos otra que no es adecuado decir, pero lo decimos. Quizás alguno de ustedes lo diga. ¿Quién dice así? ¿Alguien de ustedes dice esto? Perdón, ¿esto? ¿Utilizan alguien de ustedes esto como para enfatizar en vez de verdad o cierto? Cuando alguien dice, oye, ¿a ti te gusta comer helado? Diga ahí, diga ahí. Diga ahí es una tab question, pero no es formal, es una manera informal. Lo correcto en our language is this, ¿verdad? Cierto. Entonces, estas tres palabras, ¿ok? Es lo que vemos de este lado en inglés. Usted va a decir, pero profesor, hay infinidad de variantes. Sí, hay una infinidad de variantes para la tab question, pero no es nada complicado. ¿Ok? Do you? Are you? Is he? Isn't she? Does he? Doesn't she? Estos se los conocen como tab question y equivale a decir a cierto, verdad o diga ahí. ¿Ok? Sí, en inglés también tenemos una sola frase que la utilizan muchísimos los mismos, pues, nativos de este idioma, que es la palabra right. Right, que quiere decir cierto, verdad. Pero recordemos que nosotros estamos aprendiendo un inglés técnico o inglés académico. Por lo tanto, tenemos que aprender las variantes. Sí, las variantes también ayudan. Las variantes son utilizadísimas muchísimo. Recuerden, todas estas variantes de aquí y aún faltan sirven para enfatizar lo que decimos. Cuando queremos la opinión de alguien más que esté en desacuerdo o de acuerdo con lo que decimos. ¿Te gusta el fútbol, verdad? Y la otra persona dice, sí, sí me gusta. O, bueno, lo que le estaba diciendo. A ti no te gusta el inglés, ¿verdad? Oye, ¿cómo que adivinaste? Entonces, esas son las tab questions. Tab questions, ¿verdad? ¿Cierto? Do you? Are you? Is he? Isn't she? Does she? Doesn't she? All right. Okay, so let's begin with the part number one. We already know what is the tab question is. So it's time to practice. Let me share the next PowerPoint presentation and you will see what we're talking about. So please give a minute. There we go. Okay, let me share my screen again. So please try to keep your cameras on. It's quite important. Hector, could you please read this for me?
Your tax question.
Right, ok. Hasta ahora sabemos que la tab questions, pues, en una definición, nos ayuda a enfatizar la idea que compartimos. Que la gente o las personas las escuchen, pues, y difieran con nosotros o nos apoyen. Que cuando decimos cierto, verdad, es que esté de acuerdo o que diga algo en desacuerdo. En inglés a esto se le denomina tab questions. Tag questions. ¿Ok? Recuerda, esto es una tab question. Diana, could you please read this for me? Diana, could you please try to speak a little bit louder because I can hear you. Yeah, now I can hear you. Please, yeah, repeat again, please.
She is very beautiful. Isn't she?
Good. Yes. Diana, ¿cuál es la third question en esta oración?
Ella es hermosa.
No, la tab question, lo que estamos viendo. ¿Cuál es la tab question aquí?
Isn't she?
Isn't she? ¿Qué quiere decir?
Ella es, ¿verdad?
¿Verdad o cierto? Ok, no te olvides. La tab question aquí es isn't she. Esa tab question significa cierto, verdad. Aquí que está diciendo, she's very beautiful. Oh, ella es muy hermosa, ¿verdad? She's very beautiful, isn't she? You see, this is the tab question. So the tab question we emphasize something. Aquí estamos tratando de enfatizar algo. Yo estoy tratando pues de enfatizar pues en este caso la belleza, pero puede ser que otra persona esté en desacuerdo. Pero lo enfatizo, ¿verdad? She's very beautiful, isn't she? Es muy hermosa, ¿verdad? Okay, so let's continue. Next one. Could you please read this for me?
The baby doesn't want to eat real food. Does she?
Okay, what is the tab question, Néstor?
Does she?
Correct. The tab question here is does she? Does she? Does she? Okay. Cuando decimos la tab question, intentemos, por favor, a lo que enfatizamos, pues nuestro tono de voz cambia. Cuando decimos, ah, ella es muy hermosa, ¿verdad? Ella es muy hermosa, ¿cierto? Es lo mismo en inglés, ¿ok? No podemos decir, ¿cierto? ¿Verdad? Muy bajo porque es enfatizarlo. Aquí es, does she? The baby doesn't want to eat her food. Does she? Okay. El bebé no quiere comer su comida. ¿Verdad o cierto? You see? Let's continue the other one. Mariuxi, could you please read this for me?
His dog sometimes rally. The hasn't he?
Okay, could you please tell me what is can you please tell me what the tab question is? What is the tab question? No?
Has it.
Hasn't she? Correct. Hasn't she? Remember, this is the tag question and we use it to emphasize something. She's done something really interesting in her hair. Hasn't she? Se ha hecho algo realmente interesante en su cabello. ¿Verdad? ¿O cierto? This is the tab question. Okay, so let's continue. Natalia, could you please read this for me?
The question. The question is a question at the end of the sentence. The speaker use it to make sure the information is correct.
Okay, yes. Sometimes we use a tag question, well, to confirm whether the piece of information is true or false. Is emphasized, as I said before, if the people who are listening say, oh, this is right or this is wrong, this is correct or this is incorrect. So that is the tab question. Now let's analyze. Adrian, could you please read this for me?
Attack question center said week a question connect at the end. Example, windy today.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you have problem with your internet connection. I can barely hear you. Okay, no problem. So this is the tag question. There is something peculiar when we work with the tag question. I want you to look closely this sentence. Quiero que observes de cerca esta oración. Ok. ¿Qué es lo interesante o qué encuentras aquí de especial? ¿Cómo trabaja la tag question? Anyone? ¿Qué usted puede observar aquí en la tag question?
O sea, se separa en dos. Se separa la sentencia y la pregunta.
Ok. La parte de la oración. Ok. Ahora observe esto de aquí. It's, si lo ve. Y lo que tenemos acá. ¿Qué indica esto?
O sea, puede que, digamos, en la parte de la oración como que afirma como que afirma algo.
¿Qué sucede con la tag question? Yes, it's negative. That's correct. So if the sentence or the sentence part of the piece of the information is positive, the tab question is negative. But if the sentence of the information is negative, the tab question is positive. Let's go back and you see. Let's go back. Take a look. Affirmative, negative. Affirmative, negative. So if we say something positive, the tab question is negative. She's, isn't, is, isn't. Positive, negative. Alright? Now, take a look the other one. You see? The information here is negative. The baby doesn't. You see? The baby doesn't. The tab question is positive. Okay? Sentence in this exercise is negative, but the tab question is positive. Take the other example. You see? She's dumb. She's done something. Here is positive. The tab question is negative. Positive, negative. It's the same with this exercise. Take a look. Positive, tab question is negative. Alright? Let's move on. Maurice, could you please read this part for me?
That question have two purpose. One, to clarify information. The speaker expect an answer. Example, we have a test tomorrow, don't wait. Mr. Smith is coming. Though the meeting is isn't he? I am permitted to park here aren't I?
Thank you. Yes, so the use number one for the tab question is for clarified information. Remember, the tab question means cierto, verdad, o diga ahí. To clarify, vamos a clarificar pues lo que estamos diciendo. Quiere decir que estamos a la expectativa que la persona o las personas que estén ahí pues nos digan o nos afirmen o digan algo quizás contrario a lo que estamos diciendo. Como por ejemplo, yo diría, oye, hoy día es martes, ¿verdad? hoy día es martes, ¿verdad? Y tú me dices, no, que estás loco, hoy día no es martes, estamos lunes. Entonces yo utilizo tap question también en español para clarificar pues, lo que estoy diciendo, sea positivo o negativo, to clarify, you see? Take a look. In the same way here, this is positive. We have a test tomorrow. Tap question is negative, don't we? In the same way, Mr. Smith is coming to the meeting. Positive is, tap question is negative, isn't he? I'm permitted to park here. I am positive, negative, aren't I? Use number 2. Natalia, please, thank you. Read use number 2.
That question had two purposes: to agree with someone. The speaker does not expect an answer. Example, you're feeling island, aren't you? The party was a lot of fun, wasn't it? It didn't win at the Lorette DI.
Thank you. Yes, so in the same way, every time we need to clarify of the other people who's there, who's listening to us, say something positive or probably they refuse about the information we are sharing right now. So they say yes or no. So we use the tap question. Look this example. You falling asleep, are you? Positive, our question, negative. The party was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Positive, tap question, negative. I didn't win the lottery. Negative, tap question, positive. Alright? So, let me stop and it's time to practice. Please give a minute. Okay, it's time to practice.
Mister, tiene apagado el micrófono. Por supuesto.
I'm sorry. So let's practice tap question with the present. Present only, okay? So let me help you with the exercise number 1. Listen. For each exercise, you will see 3 different options. A, B, or C. Listen. Number 1. John works at the new office building downtown. Positive. Positivo. Positive. Works. Positivo. John trabaja. Positive. John works at the new office building downtown. Si queremos agregarle la tap question, si algo es positivo, tap question tiene que ir lo contrario. Negative. ¿Ok? Y tenemos las 3 opciones negativas. Podemos ir descartando el verbo to be porque no tiene nada que ver con el verbo to be. That is incorrect. La cual nos deja solo con 2 alternativas. Letter A o letter B. Si estamos hablando de John, que es una persona, ¿qué opciones nos deja? La C dice aquí eat y por acá tenemos he.
La C.
No, acuérdate, estamos hablando de John. John es un hombre, es una persona. Por lo tanto, podrá ser it o podrá ser he. Which one is the correct?
Was he?
Letter
Letter
Yes. Letter A. Very good. So this is the correct option. Okay. Positivo, works. La third question debe ir en su forma negativa. Doesn't. Y el sujeto, que en este caso es John, pasaría a él. John trabaja en el nuevo edificio en el centro de la ciudad. ¿Verdad? Ese verdad en inglés es doesn't he. Doesn't. ¿Por qué doesn't? Porque es tercera persona. Recuerde lo que practicó usted en el segundo módulo. Terceras personas, para negar, es doesn't. He doesn't. My mother doesn't. My father doesn't. My sister doesn't. My friend doesn't. It's negative. Number one is positive. John works at the new office building downtown. So the negative is letter A. Doesn't he? Let's move on. Number two. What is the correct tab question for the number two?
B.
Yes, it's letter B. No se olviden, por favor, que tiene que concordar la third question. Aquí tenemos is, por lo tanto, tiene que estar el isn't, porque es el negativo. Okay? Ankara is the capital city of Turkey. Isn't it? Okay? Ankara es la capital de la ciudad de Turquía. ¿Verdad? Esa verdad ahora se transforma en isn't it. Isn't it? Because this is positive, so the third question is negative. Let's move on. 3. What is the correct tab question for 3?
Letter B.
Correct is letter B. Are positive? Obviously, the tab question must be negative. Sam and Davy are studying in the library. Are they? Okay, positive, negative with the verb to be. El verbo to be está aquí incluido tanto como en la de acá. Is, isn't. Are, aren't. Number 4. What is the correct tag question?
Letter C.
Correct is letter C. Perfect. This is negative, so the tag question is positive. Your pet dog doesn't like to bite people, does it? Good. 5.
Letter B.
Letter B. Sure?
No, letter A, perdón.
Yes, it's letter A. Here, there are two subjects. Aquí hay dos sujetos. You and I. Tú y yo. Lo que viene a decir nosotros. Okay? Let's move on. 6. What is the tag question for the number 6?
Letter B, no.
Letter B. Let me see. You, brother. Yes, it's letter B. Natalia, thank you. Yes, letter B. Don't they? Because, oh no, it's not letter B. Sorry. No. This is negative, Natalia. That question is the opposite.
Sería letter A. Pues.
A.
Letter A, yes. Remember, the tab question is the opposite. This is negative, so the tab question is positive. Okay, 7.
Letter A.
No, it's positive. No puede ser positivo la tab question también.
Letter B. Letter B.
It's letter B. Entonces, ¿por qué usted dice don't? ¿De dónde sale el don't? Si acá está have. Recordemos, o intente recordar por favor, el segundo módulo de los verbos regulares e irregulares. Para negar, con you utilizábamos don't. You don't. Tú tienes es you have en positivo, ¿verdad? You have. Para decir no tienes, no decía you don't have. So that is the reason we have here don't. 8.
Letter C, no.
Okay, excuse me, is your name, excuse me, your name isn't Thomas, is it? Yes, it's letter C. Very good. So the verb to be is positive, is negative, so the tab question is positive. Excellent. Okay, so now it's time to practice with you, dear students. Okay, so let's begin. Angie, please, you start. What is the correct tab question for this one?
Are in the
Letter A, B, or
letter
C?
Letter C.
Letter C. Okay, let me analyze. That question are really quite easy. Yes, that's correct. Are they? Good, thank you. Let's move on to the number 16. Diana, what's the correct tag question for the number 16?
Letter A.
Okay, let's check it out. It says cost. It's positive, and we're talking about the television, que es un objeto. Television cost, you say letter, Diana, which letter you said?
Letter A, le dije, no.
Letter A, yes, that's correct. Doesn't it? Okay, positive, cost, negative, doesn't, and eat for television. Television, eat. Eat for television. Correct. Okay, this is already done. Let's move on here. Natalia, 13.
Pero ahí hay una pregunta, ¿verdad?
Yes, exactly. But which one? ¿Cuál estás resaltando? Why isn't Sarah here or she's not sick?
Sería la primera.
A, B, or C?
Letter C.
Yes, here's is correct. This is the negative. She's not sick. Is she? Is she?
Licenciado, antes de que siga, lo que pasa es que no sé si algunas de mis compañeras tengan que dar examen en la noche, si podemos salir un poquito antes de la hora, por lo que tenemos que viajar. Bueno, al menos yo sí, tengo que coger bus.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Me tendrías que decir y comunicar a sus demás compañeros porque hay un curso en la noche con el mismo link, pero ellos estarían tomando la prueba en la noche. Estamos hablando quizás 6:30, 7 de la noche.
O sea, yo digo los exámenes del semestre, digo, yo tengo exámenes de la tarde.
Oh, perdón, yo pensaba que era en inglés.
No, no.
Ya, listo. Sí, ya, no hay problema entonces. Me avisa entonces. Recuerden que esta semana hay dos pruebas. Una de la unidad 4, que es el contenido que estamos viendo. Esta se la va a tomar el día miércoles. Y de ahí, pues, esperamos un día para que usted se prepare, porque van a ser tomadas las 4 unidades en la prueba final, que va a tener 20 preguntas, la prueba final, o el examen final. ¿Ok? Que van a ser
Mister.
5. Sí, cuénteme.
Una pregunta, el día jueves si dieron la evaluación.
El día jueves tendría que revisar. Tengo algunos cursos. Si te digo sí o no, te voy a mentir. Tengo que revisarlos. Tendría que revisar el cronograma, pero yo creo que sí. No estoy seguro.
Sí,
No. En la
El
semana pasada no tuvimos, pues.
El test 3 vimos, mister.
Claro, entonces el test número 3. Está bien. Ujú. El test número 3 fue entonces. Sí, ya me acordé.
Ese sí se dio el día sábado entonces, esa prueba.
El día sábado.
Ve, el día jueves sí dieron.
Claro, la semana pasada sí dimos pruebas.
Y ahí cómo haría esa de ahí, es que yo no me pude, o sea, no me pude conectar, me olvidé que había clase.
Entonces tiene que
La
usted
verdad.
pues tiene que generar por favor un documento explicando el porqué. Me lo envía a mí, a mi correo, para yo a su vez reenviar a lo que es departamento de idiomas.
Ya listo, Inés.
Okay, no problem. Let's move on. 12. Melanie, le toca, su turno. Melanie, 12, go.
Letter B.
Okay, let's check it out. Malaysia and Indonesia are both located in Asia. Okay, and are both aren't they? Is letter B. Okay, that's correct. Is this one? Let's move on. Number 11, Mariuxi. Mariuxi, are you there? Can you hear me? No, no está Mariuxi. Okay, let's move on. Hector, number 11.
Letter B.
Letter A, B, or C?
B. Letter B.
Yes, that's correct. It's letter B. Today is Monday, isn't it? Let's move on to the number 12. Adrian, thank you. Number 10.
Letter A.
Let me check. There are about 200 countries in the world. Letter, yes, that's correct. Letter A. Perfect. Okay, so in here there is something unusual or very peculiar in the grammar part, because even though you see here the verb to be is I am, remember, the top question is quite different. You see, this is positive with the verb to be. I am, that contraction is am, but you see, the correct answer is aren't. You see? This is quite unusual. So be careful with that. Even though we have the verb to be, the positive with the option from the verb to be am, the tab question is with aren't. We aren't. Alright? Be careful. Se da esto porque el verbo to be con la opción am no hay un negativo para él. So it's impossible, no es posible hacer un negativo. No existe una forma para utilizar un negativo haciendo así. Ok, debería ser así. Pero no hay esto de aquí y no se puede hacer esto para el tab question. Lo correcto es are. Vamos a utilizar are. Ok, are. Even though we have here the verb to be am, I am, the correct tab question is this one. Okay, So it's time to practice. I'm going to share another activity. So please give a minute. Okay, so listen up. This is the new activity for today class. Is once again about the tab questions. And here you will see 16 questions. Oh, 16, I'm sorry, there's no question. 16 exercises. What's the point? In here, you need to spot the mistake. Find the mistake, right? For example, take a look. You need to spot the mistake and correct them. For example, live. Live is positive, but the tab question is are? Aren't? No, this is incorrect. It doesn't match. Okay? No concuerda. It doesn't match. The tab question is live, and here aren't? No, that's not correct. The correct is don't. They live in San Francisco, don't they? Okay, so you need to look for the mistakes. If you come across a mistake, you correct them. But if you think this one is correct, well, you say leave them, no problem. Oh, the number 3 is correct, for me is correct, okay, no problem, you don't correct that. But you say the number 4 is incorrect, correct them. Okay, so for this activity you will have a minute. Correct them and send this assignment to my email. Okay, so let me stop and I'm going to share the link. Please give a minute. There you go. So please everyone click on the link, download, please download it and start working. Remember, tienen que observar y identificar si está el error o no de la tab question. Ok, si piensa que eso está bien, lo deja ahí tal como está. Okay, so you have a minute for this activity. A minute. Do it. Please try not to send to my personal email. After the 8 minute, I'm going to share my email, the one that I use for work. Don't forget, if you have any problems or issue with the internet connection, please let me know it. Don't leave the meeting without saying anything. Four minutes. Two minutes. Please send the assignment to that email. Please, everyone set the assignment to that email. Okay, so let's continue. Remember, our objective for today's class is this: question tags, or also known as tag questions. Remember, we use the question tags to emphasize if we want to be corrected or not about the information that we share. Remember, question tags is the same way in our language. Spanish says cierto, verdad, cierto, verdad. Question tags in English. I do understand if you probably have some struggle to understand how to work properly with the question tags. In English, we have a special word for the question tags, and is right. Right, like derecha, right. We can use right for everything. For example, we can say, you are Ecuadorian, right? You like English, right? You don't like ice cream, right? Or you say, I don't like doing exercises at night, right? So the word right is for the question tag, and basically is the easy way to understand this. But remember, as I said earlier, we are studying academic English, and we need to learn everything about the question tags. In other words, we need to understand and work how to say properly the question tags, such as are you, do you, doesn't she, does he, isn't he, will you, won't you? So these are the correct tag question to work with. Let's move on. So once again, here we have the use. Remember, basically we use this for emphasize. Emphasize something, enfatizar, ¿ok? Si están de acuerdo o no con lo que estoy diciendo. Como por ejemplo, nice weather today. Un clima agradable hoy, ¿verdad? Hace un clima agradable hoy, ¿verdad? Ok, entonces si hablamos de clima, pues puede haber un desacuerdo o quizás un acuerdo entre los que estamos ahí. Para eso utilizamos las question tags. Recordemos, ok, nice weather today, isn't she? Or, look, you're coming to the party tonight, are you? Vienes a la fiesta hoy, ¿verdad? You're coming to the party tonight, are you? Or, you don't know where Annie is, do you? You see the word don't, and here is positive. So let's continue. This is too much grammar. I don't like work a lot with grammar, so it's time to practice. Okay, let's practice. As you can see, these are two different columns. I need you guys match them up. You're going to match them up. They are 8 sentences with 8 letters. I want you to read very carefully each of these and match, please. For this activity, dear students, you will have 5 minutes. Do it, please. 5 minutes. Let's begin. Maurice, please help me with the number 1 and number 2, please. Maurice, are you there? Please help me with the number 1 and number 2. Read it, please. Okay, so remember, I've been checking the attendance. It's no good. Remember, the interaction is pretty important for me. Okay, let's move on. Adrian, please help me with the number 1 and the number 2. I want you to read. I want you to read both column 1 with the column number 2, please, Adrian.
Este,
Please, number 1, read with the correct tab question.
la primera con H was it.
Okay, that's correct, but I need you to read it. Quiero que la lea. It was a lovely day this morning, wasn't it? Read, please.
I was lovely the day this morning. Walks in it.
Number 2.
The speakers were quivering, aren't they?
No, take a look. This is the verb to be is where, you see? So, if you say, yeah, it's this one. Were they? Okay, repeat again, Adrian, please.
The speakers were quivering, weren't they?
Okay, very good. Thank you. Let's move on. Hector, please. Number 3 and 4.
They are playing running wheel. Are they?
Okay, could you repeat again, please? They are playing really well.
Well, are they? Are in none of the day.
Okay, yes, the number 3 is letter A. That's correct. Okay, now, number 4.
They are working very hard. Are they? Letter B.
Yes. Are they? Are they? The number 4 is letter B because this is a negative. So the third question is in positive. Are they? Perfect. Okay, so let's move on. Mariuxi, please, number 5 and 6.
The party is to be real soon. Isn't it?
Okay.
Joyce is very rude.
Okay, Mariuxi, number 5 is letter C. Read, please. Read. Number 5 with letter C.
Listo, listo.
Lea la 5, Mariuxi, con la C, por favor.
Yeah. It's been an wonderful evening.
Hasn't it? Okay, very good. Now, let's continue with the other one. Number 6.
The party is going to be real soon.
Okay, yes. Number 6 with the letter F, isn't it? The party is going to be really fun, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, thank you. Let's move on. Melanie, please. Number 7 and number 8.
Joy is he isn't
Okay, let me help you. The number 7 is letter E. Read, please. Lea, por favor. 7, letter E.
Joy is very bright. Isn't he?
Correct. Number 8.
It isn't very today. Is it?
Is it? Okay, correct. Is it? Good. And the number 9. Let me see. Natalia, thank you. Number 9.
She isn't very hard. Is she?
Correct. Is she? Nice. Very good. Okay. Well, give a minute. Okay, so let's stop just for a while and let's go back to the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, give a minute. I'm sorry. Let me share. I think it's this one. Very good. Okay, so don't forget. And the step number 1 in order to understand the tab question is identify the verb in the sentence. Ok, para transformar, para trabajar con las questions, con las tab question, dentro de los pasos a seguir, pues uno de los importantes es identificar el verbo. En este caso, como usted lo ve, es like. Ese es el verbo. Like está en positivo y está en presente. Positive and this is present. Okay? So we said Sergio likes to eat at buffet. Okay, Natalia, no problem. Likes is positive, so obviously the tab question must be in the negative. Sergio likes to eat at buffet. Doesn't he? Doesn't he? Ok. En el número 2 vamos a identificar, obviamente, el tiempo del verbo. Una vez más, están likes. This is the main verbs, okay? And the number 3, identify the tense. El mismo verbo. ¿En qué tiempo está? Presente. Presente. ¿Ok? Es un presente en terceras personas. Como está en positivo, nosotros necesitamos que la tap question sea en negativo. Y en presente, en negativo, tenemos pues dos opciones. ¿Ok? Que es, ok, Diana, no problem. Recordemos que es don't o doesn't. Don't, doesn't. This way. Entonces, al final vamos a tener el negativo que es doesn't. Alright. Pero como hablamos de Sergio, tenemos que ponerle pues también a él, referirnos a él. Por lo tanto, va a ser he. Sergio likes to eat at buffets. Doesn't he? This is the top questions. Right? Perfect. Let me stop and let's go back to the previous activity. Please give a minute. Let me share again. There we go. Okay. So what we're going to do right now, you're going to make your own sentence and obviously include the tab questions. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different questions. 6 different tab questions for 6 sentences. Right? Lo que vamos a hacer ahora es esto de aquí. Ahora usted me va a ayudar realizando 6 oraciones con sus respectivas tab questions, utilizando estas imágenes como referencia. La primera, por ejemplo, yo podría decir, la película está muy interesante, ¿verdad? Mi equipo favorito ganó, ¿cierto? O está haciendo mucha calor, ¿verdad? Ese auto está mal estacionado, ¿cierto? ¿Ok? O está lloviendo muy fuerte, ¿verdad? Él es el corredor más rápido del planeta, ¿cierto? Puede tomar esto como referencia, pero lo va a trasladar en inglés. Y usted, por favor, le va a añadir el tab questions. ¿Ok? 6 imágenes, usted me tiene que presentar 6 oraciones, incluidas la tab question para cada una de ellas. ¿Ok? Para esta actividad, usted lo va a realizar. Si tiene cómo generar el archivo, genérelo. Si no tiene, pues, como siempre, un pedazo de hoja o una hoja de su cuaderno, bonita letra, termina, toma foto y me envía por favor a mi email. Okay, for this activity, dear students, you will have 10 minutes. 10 minutos, por favor, trabaje. Segunda actividad de hoy, tab question. Por favor, 6 oraciones relacionadas a las imágenes con su tab questions. Do it, please. 10 minutes. 4 minutes, quickly please. Okay, dear students, please send the assignment number 2 to my email. Do it now. Let's continue. Remember, our objective for today's class is tab questions. Tomorrow we have a new objective. So for the test number 4, on Wednesday, you will have 2 different topics. Tab questions and also tomorrow's topic. So please, focus. Nestor, could you please read this for me?
Isn't dangerous, is it?
Alright, so this is the questions, the tab question. Let's continue. Nestor, keep reading, please.
Isn't it fun?
Continue.
Test. No, ¿cómo se pronuncia?
Just try it, please. Try. These parachutes.
Parachutes work, don't stay.
Continue, please.
We won't get hurt, will we? You haven't done this before, have you?
Correct. Excellent. Okay, so here we have 4 examples about the tab questions. The number 1, don't they, is present. Aquí tenemos un presente. These parachutes don't work. Oh, I'm sorry. These parachutes work, don't they? And in this one we have future. We won't get hurt. Will we? And the other one is present perfect. Aquí tenemos el presente perfecto, lo que estudiamos casi al inicio. You haven't done this before, have you? And the last one, isn't this fan, is once again present. Okay, so let's keep on moving to the next part. Let's see it. Melanie, could you please read this for me?
I pull the blue car down.
No, Melanie, read the use and here.
Use. This negative, yes, no question, and a question to check information. You valid to be true or comment on a situation.
Okay, read the example.
I bought the blue car, don't I?
Okay, good. Okay, so remember, every time when we use the tab question is to emphasize something, command or a situation. In this case, this is a skydiving. So the thing that this guy has on his back is a parachute. So he says, I pulled the blue cord, don't I? Don't I pull the blue cord? So it's actually the same here. Take a look. Isn't the view great? The view is great, isn't it? This is the tab question, isn't it? Now, take a look this one. When something is negative, you see the 4 different ways for the negative, even though we have different tenses. Have you, aren't shark, can you, didn't you? You see? It's pretty peculiar here in English because it's the same way we use in Spanish. Even though here in our language Spanish, it might consider a mistake. Algunas veces, pues, el tab question, cuando lo ubicamos al inicio, puede sonar un poco como pleonasmo, algo parecido como un pleonasmo, porque Es como las preguntas que hacemos, al menos las he escuchado muchísimo en Ecuador, que utilizamos la palabra no delante de cada pregunta. Como por ejemplo, utilizamos muchísimo decir, no has visto tal cosa, no has comido, no has estudiado. ¿Ok? Entonces ponemos el no comúnmente adelante. Entonces esto va a sonar como les acabo de decir. En inglés tenemos algo parecido cuando ubicamos la tap question delante. Yo recomiendo pues ubicarla siempre al final como para no sonar así como en español. Decir no has visto, no lo conoces. Utilizar esa palabra no is like, I don't know, say. It's unusual. For me, it's unusual. Okay, it's the same here. It's a long way down. Remember, if the sentence is positive, the tab question is negative. It's a long way down, isn't it? Okay. Other one. Aquí tenemos pasado. No importa si está en pasado, presente o un futuro, usted va a tener que acomodarse a los tiempos y ubicar la tab question, sea en presente o sea, perdón, sea en positivo o sea en negativo. Observa, aquí tenemos un verbo en pasado, went. Y cuando trabajamos en pasado, en negativo, solamente hay este de aquí, didn't. So, I went the wrong way. Didn't I? You see? From positive to negative. Take a look here. Puede ser inclusive futuro. El futuro es un poco más sencillo porque tenemos solamente dos variantes. Will for positive and won't for negative. Take a look. This rope will hold me. Won't it? Affirmative and the negative. O vice versa. No hay problema si es viceversa. Siempre. The statements positive, type question, negative. Or statements negative, type question is positive. Look, this is a negative. You won't talk for too long. Will you? Negative, positive. Okay. In the same way, this is past. Una vez más tenemos un pasado. You bought life insurance, didn't you? Y lo último que nosotros vimos referente al pasado es present perfect. He has done this before, hasn't he? You see, that is the tab question. Ok, como última actividad vamos a hacer un ejercicio, pues, en live worksheets. 3 actividades, estimados estudiantes, por favor, envíen. Penúltima clase, mañana última clase, miércoles el test de la unidad 4 y el viernes final exam. No se queden, les aviso, la prueba remedial tiene alrededor de 45 preguntas. Entonces trabaje, por favor. Please give a minute. Activity number 3. Okay, so that is a link. Please, everyone click on it and please start working. You have 10 minutes. Do it, please. Okay, so please click on the button finished. Do it, please. So far there are 6 students. Tenemos 6 estudiantes. Deberían llegar 6 actividades de esta plataforma. Okay, dear students, that's it. Everything for today. Thank you very much for having me. And remember, tomorrow is the last class. So be here. Don't skip the class. Thank you. Goodbye.